good, y'all, and welcome to my review for My Hero Academia World Heroes Mission.
Yeah.
Finally saw the movie, man. I just finished it actually right now as I'm recording this. And yeah, you guys know that during the summer, or the summer this year, I finally watched and finally reviewed both Two Heroes as well as Heroes Rising of the Hero Walker movies, the previous two, because I was pre-ordering the steelbook for this movie. So I was like, all right, finally, it's time I watch the past two before I review this one. So yeah, finally saw it, man. Funny story, actually. I mentioned this in my unboxing video, but I might as well mention it here, guys. But the day the steelbook was supposed to arrive at my house was actually the same day that I left to go to HSU for the fall semester. So which was like 2 days before the steelbook was actually supposed to, like, the Blu-ray was supposed to fully come out here in the States. So yeah, I could have gotten this review out to you guys way sooner than I ended up getting it out because of that, man. But yeah, either way, I saw this movie. I absolutely loved it, man. I would definitely say this is easily my favorite of the three. And it's honestly kind of funny because you guys know that I am a huge fan of Asian Kung Fu Generation. You guys know that I'm pretty sure I mentioned this in previous videos, but they're like my favorite J-rock band. But also my favorite band, just period, man. I love their music. And I've always thought Asian Kung Fu Generation has always been that band, when it comes to anime anyway, anime OPDD, that has prestige. When you see their name attached to a series doing the OP or the ED, you know you are in store for a banger series, man. They don't miss, they've done Naruto, Bleach. Naruto got two, which I just asked why I think it's probably my all-time favorite shonen series, at least from Shonen Jump. Bleach is in there. And FMA, of course, as well. A few other series. Dororo is another series that Asian Kung Fu Generation did. All bangers, man. All of them are phenomenal, man. All of them were easily the best animes of the years they came out, man. Or some of my all-time favorite series. So I've always wished and hoped and prayed that one day Hiroaka, which you guys know is probably like my favorite new gen series from Shonen Jump, would get the same treatment, would join Bleach and Naruto in that upper echelon of anime, that part of that Shonen elite that have been blessed with Asian Kung Fu Generation having them do an OP for them. So you can imagine my excitement when I'm pretty sure I even did this a trailer reaction on the trailer when that was announced. That Asian Kung Fu Generation was announced to do the ED for this movie. So yeah, and like your typical Asian Kung Fu Generation fashion, this movie was a banger, and it's my favorite of the trilogy. So there you go, man. There you go. But in all seriousness, man, this movie was amazing. I loved it. And yeah, there was definitely a lot I love about this movie. There were a couple things I had some issues with, but either way, man, let us jump right in. So the movie is directed by Kenji Nagasaki, if I'm pronouncing it right, and stars, which I'm going to be reading off the dubcast like I typically use, because you guys know I watch this with the dubcast, and you guys know how much I love the dubcast for Hiroaka. So we got Justin Bridle, Clifford Champion, David Macarenga, Ryan Cold-Levitt, Patrick Seitz, and many more. And the plot of World Heroes Mission: Japan's greatest heroes must work together to track down the mastermind behind a deadly chemical attack. Now, first thing I gotta praise is obviously the dubcast. Like always, man, you guys know, if you guys seen this in my reviews as well as the dub reacts I do, I love the Hiroaka dubcast, and I mentioned this also in my reviews for Two Heroes and Heroes Rising as well. I love the dubcast, and that did not change here. I absolutely love it. All the main cast members that returned did great jobs. The new people that were brought in for the new characters, I thought did a really good job. Ryan Cold-Levitt, especially, I thought was really good. Who you guys may know now voices Denji in Chainsaw Man. Funny story about this guy that I actually have for you guys. So a little after the movie was already out in theaters, I'm pretty sure this was around the time when the Blu-ray was finally up on sale. Is that this dude? This is when I kind of first found out about him, and I don't even know how I saw this tweet. I think if it wasn't the algorithm sending it to me, I think maybe probably one of the other VAs I followed that were probably also in Hiroaka retweeted. But either way, he was holding a giveaway for the soundtrack, a vinyl of the soundtrack for World Heroes Mission. And this is when I first discovered him. This is when I followed him. That's also when I found he was also in JoJo as well, in Golden Wind. But this was before he was cast as Denji. But and the whole parameters with his thing was like, oh, just like, of course, like the tweet, retweet it, follow him and everything. Of course, the usual stuff you see on the social media giveaway. But the main criteria was to, like, tell him what, in the reply to the quote retweets, who was your favorite character of Hiroaka, and kind of explain your reason for it. I of course went into this because fuck it, why not? I mean, I don't got a vinyl record player, so I couldn't even play it if I wanted to. It would just be nice to look at on my shelf or something. But I was like, fuck it, why not? Let me go in there. And of course, you guys know I picked Izuku. I did my whole tweet about him. I mentioned this countless times in the videos of what I love about Izuku and how much I relate to him. But anyway, so then eventually when he actually announced the results for it, I was actually kind of surprised because one I didn't win, which no surprise there. But the woman who ended up winning was kind of shocking because honestly, I looked at her tweet, and honestly, and I'm not even saying it's because like I'm salty or whatever, because I'm not, but I was like, damn, this isn't really that in depth, because like I think I like there were other tweets I thought were way more depth than I did, but yeah, I just thought that was kind of funny, man. Just a little fun fact for you guys about Ryan Coleman, man, and yeah, he was great, man. But anyway, the dub cast, like I said, was great, was fantastic. The art and animation, oh my god, bro. Yo, the art animation of this movie is godly. The Sakuga, bro. Bones goes off, and like I know a lot of people want to theorize that this movie was that season 5 was sacrificed for World Heroes Mission. I personally don't buy into that theory about that season 5 was sacrificed or sabotaged because of this movie, man. I personally don't think that the movies really have that much of an impact on the show that much. But either way, regardless if it was, if season 5 was sacrificed for World Heroes Mission, it was not in vain, because bro, the art animation in this movie is insane. Like Bones goes off in this movie. Like this probably might actually have the best animation in the entire series. Which to some of you guys might be like, yeah, no shit, it's a movie. Of course, it's gonna have some. It's gonna look better than the actual show. But you guys know, Bones don't play. You guys know that Bones don't play with your welcome, and they show up and they show out from time to time in the fights and everything. And you guys know that Bones doesn't play around with this series, man. And you guys know how good the animation is, regardless of what Twitter wants to tell you. But yeah, I was shocked. Like there is this one sequence, and I'm not gonna get into spoilers, but there is this one sequence with Rody, Izuku, and Bakugo and Todoroki. And I'm sure if you guys see the movie, you guys know what see him talk about, where Bones just goes up. I'm like, bro, y'all don't need to be flexing like this, bro. Like, yo, y'all did not need to go off as much as you did, bro. The animation there was, I'm looking at this like, bro, God, how long these poor animators, bro? Like, it looked insane. And then, of course, the actual final battle itself looked amazing. I honestly thought the Mob Psycho team Loki took over for that scene, man, because it kind of reminded me of a Mob Psycho fight, Loki, with how Izuku was drawn and everything, man. But that was insane, man. And yeah, the art animation was amazing. The storyboards were also really good in this movie, man. I thought the storyboards looked really good. There was a lot of really cool shots in this movie. Another thing I gotta say that I really liked about this movie was the score. You guys know if you guys have been watching my season 6 reviews, that I've been like praising the score for season 6, up, down, front, back, left, right, center, man, which it was. But honestly, now, while I wouldn't say the score in the movies is as good as season 6 score, season 6 probably has the best score in the entire series from the movies and as well as the main show. But the score in World Heroes Mission, man, was also really good, man. There were a lot of really cool songs in this movie, man. I'm pretty sure they did reuse some tracks from earlier season, man, but there were a couple definitely new original tracks in this movie, and they were really good, man. I thought the soundtrack was really fucking good, man. Another thing that I found kind of interesting, because you guys know in the posters and everything, they always showed up Izuku and Bakugo and Todoroki in these new, like, black hoodies and everything, man. I honestly thought they weren't going to wear these suits till, like, the end of the movie, but they wear them in, like, the first 5 minutes, and then they disappear for the rest of the movie, which, to jump right into the flaws real quick, that was definitely one thing I had a problem with. I wish they wore those black suits for a little bit longer than just the opening 5 minutes, because they look so fucking cool. I wish they got a little bit more screen time than they did, man, because they look so sick. Another thing I gotta say that I thought was another little problem I had with it was the special features on the Blu-ray is a fucking joke, bro. Like, I'm not going in here expecting a full-on 2-hour behind-the-scenes documentary featurette over here. But Jesus Christ, Crunchyroll did not even bother. The only special features you get is a fucking preview collection, which is literally just the trailers of the movie all, like, you know, all played together all at once, bro. Like I said, I'm not expecting anything crazy, but Jesus Christ, y'all couldn't even give me dub bloopers or like a commentary track with some of the dub VAs, maybe some behind the scenes of the dub recording, some stuff with Bones. Like, y'all couldn't give me anything like that. Like, this is a disgrace to special features, bro, man. It's special features are in shambles. Like, bro, I'm pretty sure even the main Blu-ray discs for the actual series at least give you dub bloopers. At the very least, we're like, come on, y'all couldn't at least give me that? Come on, bro. Like, so that was annoying, man. When I checked the special features right before I saw the movie, I'm just like, that's it? Like, that's it? You guys couldn't not even a commentary track? Like, that was something. I wish Crunchyroll put a little bit more in the bonus features, man. Just give me something behind this, like, you know, even if it's like a 5 minutes behind the scenes feature, right? Just something, man. But yeah, that was pretty annoying. Another thing I also thought was kind of weird. There was this one animation error that I noticed, and I don't know if this is even an animation error or maybe just some weird thing with the timeline, how this movie fits with the rest of the series. But at the start of the movie, you see Uraraka wearing her original hero costume, but then when we next see her later on in the movie, she's back in her season 5 upgraded hero costume, and there's no mention or anything on how she suddenly just switched costumes, which I thought was a little bit weird. I don't know if this was an animation error. I feel like it wouldn't have. I feel like something like that would have been noticed by Bones, especially for a movie. But who knows? I mean, JoJo Part 6 had something similar going on there in one of the episodes, so maybe it could have been. But I thought that was a weird little thing. Another thing that I wish this movie did was I wish they really focused more on the world in World Heroes Mission, because one thing I loved about the movie that I thought was really cool was the opening, which they reused a lot of footage. I'm pretty sure that that's all reused footage from the OPs as well as the main series itself. But Bones does something pretty cool with it, where they more or less have the characters show off his silhouettes and everything, and it looks really fucking sick, man. I love the opening for this movie, man. Like, Bones went off with Heroes Rising, but they went even more crazy for World's Heroes Mission, man. It looks insane. That's probably my favorite opening of the 3 movies, man. It looks insane. But they showed the map of like all the different heroes and where their groups are. Like you have Uraraka in Paris, you have Kaminari in Egypt and everything. And I'm like, yo, this looks fucking sick. But the movie spends next to no time in any of these places, which sucks. I wish they spent a little bit more time just showing off what Uraraka's team was doing, what the other heroes were doing in different parts of the world, what they were doing while Izuku and the others do. Sure, there's only so much you can do with a movie that's under 2 hours, which is a lot of which is the runtime, about the runtime a lot of these anime films are from there, based off spin-offs of their main series. But I wish they focused a little bit more time on what they were doing and really showed off the world and World's Heroes Mission. But instead, it's like basically all the other Hero Walker movies where all the other Class A classmates, besides Izuku, Baku, and Todoroki, are glorified cameos. You know what I mean? So, yeah, that I kind of wish got expanded on a little bit, man. And yeah, I don't know if I mentioned this earlier as well, but Ruby, I thought he was a great character, man. I would love to see him come back in some form or fashion. Probably he won't, because, he's a movie character, so I doubt Horikoshi will pluck him and put him back in the series proper. But who knows? Maybe he could appear in the next Hiroaka movie, whenever that might be, because I'm sure Bones is going to make another one eventually. But regardless of such, man, I fucking love this movie, man. The music was made, the art animation was godly, bro. And yeah, there's not much more I can say about this. Obviously, I recommend you guys check this movie out if you guys have not seen it already and you guys are a big fan of the Hiroaka series. And yeah, so yeah, overall, my final verdict for this movie, to the surprise of absolutely no one, is a 10 out of fucking 10, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, are you surprised? No, you are not, because it's Hiroaka. You guys know I'm a Hiroaka fanboy, man. I love this series with all my heart, man. But yeah, anyway, guys, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like if you did, subscribe if you're new. Follow me on my socials if you feel like it. Links to subscribe below. And as always, come back for more. See you guys next time. She's